Hello everyone. So today we'll learn about the current status of Chandrayaan-3, which is the ISRO's auspicious mission to the south pole of the moon. So we'll learn about the current status and what is the moon-bound maneuvers, and also we'll learn about the science behind the lander and the rover. Okay, so we'll basically discuss in two languages, in English as well as in Hindi. करंट स्टेटस क्या है चंद्रयान 3 का, मून बाउंड मैनूवर्स क्या है, और लैंडर और रोवर का, तो व्हाट आर द पेलोड अटैच्ड, तो हम लोग वो डिस्कस करेंगे. सो बिफोर स्टार्टिंग हम लोग थोड़ा मिशन के बारे में जान लेते हैं. सो इट हैज़ टू यूनिट्स, वन इज प्रोपल्सन यूनिट एंड द वन इज लैंडर प्लस रोवर which is called lander module, and it has interconnected with the inter-module adapter cone, as we have seen in this picture. And this is the pitch and isometric views of propulsion module, and this one is for the lander module. Okay, so when lander will landed on the moon surface, through the ramp rover will come down. Okay, so rover will, this is the rover. It has one solar panel with a proper chassis and 6 wheel with rocker bogle. Okay, तो हम लोग basically this is the module that we have launched. क्या क्या है यहाँ पे, एक propulsion module है, एक lander module है. lander module and propulsion module connected है inter module adapter से, ठीक है. और जब lander will land on the moon surface, ठीक है, तो through ramp rover will come down. ठीक है, got my point. Secondly, the what is the current status as per ISRO? The Chandrayaan-3 is successfully inserted into the lunar orbit. Okay, so we will discuss how it enters to the lunar orbit. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे हम लोग देखा है, what we have seen here, the module will revolve around the earth through the elliptical orbit as we have seen. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे दो पॉइंट है, one is the closest point and another is the farthest point, okay, from the earth. So at the point of closure, due to the gravitational pull, the velocity will be maximum, and when it will be the farthest, the velocity will be the minimum. Okay, so closest point is called perigee and farthest point is called apogee. Okay, so during the perigee, what will done by ISRO, that one onboard engine will be fired at that moment of time, which will further increase the speed and pulsating into the higher and more elongated orbit. जब यहाँ पे it will come to the perigee point, then one fired will takes place, through which speed will be more and it will pulsating into the pulsating will be, and it will come into the another orbit with more speed. Afterwards it will spiraling outwards and increasingly elongate in the elliptical orbit as we have depicted here. Okay, so after 5 maneuvers, 1 2 3 4 5, right? So after 5 maneuvers, the final propulsion will takes place. Okay, so this is the last burn, and at this moment of time what will happen, that propulsion module orbit will elongated enough to completing the process, which is called translunar injection. Here what will happen, this module will reach the escape velocity. Okay, so it will inject it and it will come out from the earth gravitational field. So what will happen, here we have seen that it will reach the lunar orbit, which is 100-kilometer circular orbit. Okay, and this is the current status of the Chandrayaan-3. Now it has reached the lunar orbit. तो हम लोग पता चल गया है कि कैसे द मॉड्यूल एस्केप वेलोसिटी रीच किया, उसके बाद क्यों लूनर ऑर्बिट में इंसर्ट हुआ है. ठीक है, due to the escape velocity, and it will come out from the earth gravitational pull, and the same has been work done by the propulsion unit, which is responsible for keeping the speed more at the point of perigee. ठीक है, तो फाइनली इट रीच द लूनर ऑर्बिट. ठीक है, तो समझ में आ गया हमको. तो अभी हम लोग विल गेट about the science behind the rover and the lander. So lander, it has basically 4 payloads which having some great objectives. First one is radio anatomy of moon-bound hypersensitive ionosphere and the atmosphere, which is simply called as Rambha. So Rambha, what is the objective here? To measure the near surface plasma, okay, and the ions and electron density, and it changes with time, this one. Okay, that secondly is the Chandra surface thermophysical experiment, which is simply called as JASTI. So main objective is to carry out the measurement of the thermal properties of the lunar surface near the polar region. And thirdly, it is the instrument for lunar seismic activity, ILSA, which is to measure the seismicity around the landing site and delineating the structure of lunar crust and mantle. Okay, and another, this is the laser retro reflector array, which is simply called as LRA. So इसका काम क्या है? It is to passive experiment to understand the dynamics of moon system. The dynamics behind the moon system also will be through the laser retro reflector array. And also we'll learn what is the rover payloads. It has basically 2 payloads. One is the laser induced breakdown spectroscope. Okay, it is basically for qualitative and quantitative elemental analysis and to derive the chemical composition and infer mineralogical composition to further our understanding of the lunar surface. And secondly, it has the alpha particle X-ray spectrometer. Okay, why it is required? To determine the elemental composition such as magnesium, aluminum, silicon, potassium, calcium, titanium and ferrous of the lunar soil and rocks around the lunar landing site. Okay. And as we have discussed that it has one propulsion module, and propulsion module has a one payload which is called spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth. This is called SAPE. Simply it is called SAPE. What is the objective of here? Is to future discoveries of smaller planet in the reflected light, which will allow us to probe into the variety of exoplanets which would qualify for habitability or the presence of life. ठीक है, तो हम लोग यहाँ पे डिस्कस किया, तो क्या क्या डिस्कस किया है? फर्स्ट, what is the current status of Chandrayaan-3 डिस्कस किया, what is moon bound maneuvers, why it reached the maneuvers, and science behind the lander and the rover. That's all for the today's session. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel and press the like button. Thank you so much.